Everyone, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me on my latest live stream. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Ewan. Thank you, Tom. And thank you, every single one of you that is joining me on today's episode. For us to do a daily live stream, be a lot easier for every single one of you to join in. Let me know if the sound's alright and everything. You all know the score anyway. Hopefully you're having a quality day. We know the result happened before, done my post-match and everything, but forget that. Move on. It's only a game of football. I know it was a very important game of football, but we should be okay. But as you can see on the talking points, really, I want to talk to every single one of you, really. The Roma second leg, what we all hope in terms of that, how we should prepare. We can all discuss about that. The 12 annoying draws in which, and today was another draw against the struggling Stoke side, but we can pick about those 12 draws and discuss how in which Liverpool should, going into next season, change that, because that is a key point that we can all discuss. And obviously squad depth, which we can all talk, lovely transfers and all that, we can talk a bit about that, every single one of us. But really going into a story that is literally just broke. I didn't put it on my topics, but the Roma vice president has come out with very, very, very strong words in relation to Sean Cox and obviously the Liverpool and everything that happened prior to the game. I'll just get you the quotes up, everyone. Literally, I've had to do this quite quick because Pallotta, obviously the vice president, this is on Roma's website as well. I'll leave the full link to the statements. It's quite damning on his own Roma fans, only a small percentage. It's time for things to change in Italy now, Pallotta is quoted. The AS Roma president, Jim Pallotta, tonight insists that things have to change in Italy and in Rome before our history and legacy are completely destroyed by morons giving the club's fans a bad name around the world. The journalist asked, "What's your feeling after Liverpool and Roma?" "I don't want to talk about the game at all at Liverpool. What I want to talk about is how these games are great, but they're not life and death." That's going on right now with Sean in Liverpool. That's life and death, and that affects his family. I don't really give a poo about the score of the game. Obviously, he swore in that sentence, but keep it family friendly. So I don't give a poo about the score of the game. It's disappointing to me that Roma and AS Roma get blamed for a few individuals who do stupid things. Now, I don't know the whole story. All I've seen is what I've saw on the video, most others. And at least that part of the video with Sean is just the most disgusting stupidity and disgusting acts in which I have seen in my life. And my prayers go out to him and his family at this difficult stage in time. So there's a lot of this to go into the interview, but I'll probably do another show on it tomorrow because I just tried to squeeze it on because it literally just come out at the when it come on. But that's a huge statement by the president of Roma, like us and like a lot of fans around the world in general that support football teams or any team in general. There's always going to be a small percentage, like we had with the Liverpool and City buses. Liverpool, when we went for the title, obviously when we were close to it, another one, a couple of years back, Liverpool fans, and we all know, Liverpool fans greeted the team coach. It's quite, when Liverpool are in a good moment in football, Liverpool fans do always gather before the games, and nothing as at all happens, but that was prior to obviously the Manchester City game. That happens, and then you had all the uproar in terms of the media. The media do like to blow things up, and you only have to look at the media, it's all of them, all the media. They do like to blow things up, but if you look at this in correlation in terms of obviously the City bus And then, obviously, what's happened with the Roma, there was hardly any reporting in terms of that done. And it's in terms of, oh, it's Liverpool this, Liverpool that. But as a City, we're kind of, we've had history with the media, just to put it in frank terms anyway. But really, everyone, let me know your thoughts on that. Let's get to your comments. But I'll just quickly touch on, obviously, the Roma second leg. We can talk about that. I'll just get to your comments on that in terms of that story, everyone. Alright, everyone, thank you for tuning in. You're absolute legends. Alright, Jack Boy. That was an awful game today. LFC Spectres talked about that story then. Roma owner is right here. Italy needs to change. Not just Italy. It's English, Italian, Spanish. Not all fans. It's only a small majority. But it's how the policing of these events and just everyone can do their job a lot better. But yeah, going into the rest of that into cracking interview, that'll be in the description after the show. So go and check that out, everyone. But it's the Roma game. We're so close, so we've moved on. That game is gone against Stoke, but the Roma game, we're 90 minutes away. If we do our job properly, I'm pretty sure we will. From a Champions League final, everyone. First time in 2007, we last got to a Champions League final. So long, 11 years. Ugh. Time flies when you're having fun, but it's remarkable, everyone in it, what Jurgen Klopp has done this season. But if we play our game, and which we have been doing it in terms of the European game this season, frankly, if we get a goal, Roma have to score. Is it 5 or is it 5? Yeah, 5. Obviously, have to score. If we get 1 goal, I think they do have to score about 4 or something. I forgot the maths anyway, but it's going to be an exciting game and enjoy it. Everyone should really enjoy being in a Champions League semi-final, which we've got the second leg coming up. But as fans, if fans can't enjoy it now, then you shouldn't be watching football. And we're in a privileged position in terms of Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp and the lads that have got us to a Champions League semi-final and a final, but there's still 90 minutes. But the way in which Liverpool played this season, if we play our game, if we can get 1 goal or 2, even if we go behind against Roma, don't stress, believe in this team, believe in what Jurgen Klopp's doing, because if Jurgen Klopp can implement his Champions League performances into the league, into a more consistent run of games, then I'll tell you what, that's the Liverpool in the Champions League is Klopp's ideal way of playing. He just needs to get that spot on. Obviously 12 draws, which we'll talk about in a bit. That's where it needs changing. But everyone, you're excited. Every single one of us is excited for the Champions League semi-final, and it's scary. It's scary. Not scary. I say it's scary, but it's scary in a good way. It's what the future does hold and how exciting a Champions League semi and potential final. Because when you get into a final of a competition, FA Cup, Carling Cup, any final in general, it's a knockout. It is 90 minutes, and then someone has to win. And the way in which Liverpool have been playing over the last couple of weeks in the Champions League, it's amazing. Obviously, everyone threw up the stats. Roma haven't conceded a goal in the Champions League, but Porto were unbeaten at home this season in the Champions League. Liverpool rocked up and smashed them 5-0. Obviously, City were unbeaten this season until Liverpool rocked up, beat them 3 times in the space of a couple of weeks. And in football, and this Real Madrid team or Bayern Munich teams, they are beatable, and this Roma team is beatable. But with this Roma, there's still another 90 minutes, but no discredit to... If they didn't do it to Barcelona, we would not be sitting in this position going, oh, if Roma could do it. If they frankly didn't do that against Barcelona, we would not be talking about that. We'd be talking about Liverpool going to Roma, going and attacking that Roma side, because it's frail. If Liverpool, even if Sadio Mane is injured, which he obviously was missing today, but this Liverpool squad has got the quality in its squad depth in the first 10 to 11. Obviously, we're talking about the squad depth later, but this 11 to 12 players that were fully fit, they're very capable of winning that game. But let's go into your comments, everyone. Let me get my comments up. But thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the video if you're liking this kind of live stream. If you want me, let me know if you want me to do more live streams, everyone, because I'll bring me live shows to you. They're a lot easier for you to access, and you get notified straight away. But yeah, let's go to your comments, everyone. Jackie boy, if you had the chance to win the league in your lifetime or Champions League for the 6th time, I want both, mate. I'm being a greedy Liverpool fan. Like us all, we Liverpool Football Club thrives and lives off winning trophies. There's no reason why Liverpool, in the past, like we used to win a league title and a Champions League title in the same season. That is the dream. The dream is to win both, mates, and that is the thing. We're going to the Roma game with no stress. Sheriff, very much so, mate. Sheriff, we play our game. Every single one of us, we play our game, and Roma will not be able to cope with us. I think if we, hopefully it's another 5-0 away, because that would be lovely. But as a lot of you are speaking in here, no, not worried about the Roma game, mate. We're not a rubbish Barca, Ben. Yeah, very much so, mate. It's mad, isn't it, the way in which Barcelona approached that game, Ben, and every single one is. They showed a total disrespect to Roma, and that just shows Barcelona as to what they are anyway. Liverpool and every single one of us we respect Roma, but Liverpool, and we've got confidence in this team, but that Barca side, you've seen Messi just walking round the pitch. They thought the tie was dead at 4-1. Football, and if there's ever a team in football, in the European game, that knows how to come back, it's Liverpool. That teams can come back. Liverpool, Istanbul, anything is possible in football, and don't be surprised if something happens on Wednesday night, because I'm not saying it will, but what we need to do is get behind the lads. I'm pretty sure every single one of you will do. So, AJ, how's it going? Hi, all the chat. Thank you very much, everyone. Even though you're talking to me, I want you to talk to all your fellow Liverpool fans as well. So, James Hardy, come on, Redmen. So, yeah, every single one of you is talking in the chat. These are all Reds fans. This is what I've made this channel for every single one of you, for a hub for every single Liverpool fan to join and get involved anyway. So, that's a bit of Roma chat, second leg. But obviously, we'll have our pre-match talk, obviously, team news in the coming weeks. I think I'll try and do that Monday. But going into, obviously, the 12 draws this season, I think it's a very key point in which we need to discuss off the back of, obviously, today's draw and the West Brom draw. I've wrote down and I've researched, obviously, we all know the draws this season, but just to re-jog your memory, and I think it's, for Liverpool next season, it's so important in which we turn at least 6 of these draws into wins. And really, we should be looking at next season, and every single home game we should be winning, even if it's against the likes of City, United, Watford, Stoke today. This is the difference between winning titles and winning and coming fourth, or maybe outside the Champions League spots. But if Liverpool are to progress, these are the results that need to change. Obviously, we had started off the season with a 3-3 draw against Watford, which was absolutely mad. And most of these that I'm going to recap with all you all know the draws anyway, but some of the teams that I'm going to read out, you're going to be like, how have we draws against them? But most of these draws, Liverpool have been in winning positions. And the way in which some of our defenders, but obviously half of these are before Virgil van Dijk, but Virgil van Dijk has come in, but he didn't help us get 3 points. But you get where I'm coming from with Virgil van Dijk. Hopefully a lot of these draws do become wins next season. But 3-3 at Watford, we were in a winning position in that. Burnley at home, that's our first draw of the season. That was a 1-1. Platoon away, that was a 1-1. United at home, 0-0. That was a terrible, terrible game. Jose Mourinho parked the bus as he usually does. And then obviously the following draw was a 1-1 against Chelsea. Mohamed Salah got his home goal against his former club. 1-1 against Everton. I had the unpleasant pleasure of going to that lovely derby. That was a shocking draw, 1-1. The 0-0 at home against West Brom as well. 3-3 against Arsenal. That was a mad game at the Emirates, wasn't it? And then a 2-2 draw against Spurs at home. Yet again, Mohamed Salah, 85th, 84th minute winner. Then the penalty, Harry Kane, pen, referee and all that madness. But yet again, losing position. Everton, 0-0. What a lovely derby that was. West Brom, and then obviously Stoke. Today, that's the big difference and the big key difference really in terms of how Liverpool can develop their game and turn them into wins next season. Because if we're going to become potential champions of England, we need to, if it's a scrappy 1-0, that's where the squad depth, and to conclude really, we'll talk about the squad depth, that's where it's key in terms of bringing players on the bench. But everyone, let me know your thoughts. But it's key, just to recap, you can excuse the Arsenal games away, and you can excuse the United and the big games, but what you can't excuse is the Stoke result today, the West Brom result last week when we were winning 2-0, the West Brom, the Toon, obviously Newcastle away, the Burnley match at home, Watford away. No. But hopefully looking to a positive note, that's what changes next season for Liverpool. And I'm pretty sure Jurgen and his squad and his technical staff and everything, that is not going to be the big game changer next season, hopefully. But it's been a prevalent throughout Liverpool over the last couple of seasons, even when we were so close to title-winning seasons, and it's picking up silly draws. That does need to change anyway. But let's get into your comments, everyone. See what you're all thinking on those draws. We need a big squad for next season. Yes, LFC Spectre, we can talk about that squad depth in a second, everyone. I think Klopp has to win a trophy. Very much so, James. If it's this season, he's come so close. But I think the Europa League final, if we do get to the final, hopefully the Champions League, that Europa League final would have helped a lot of those players in that Liverpool squad. Yeah, we got beat by Seville, but it's that mentality of you've lost and you don't want to think that again. As a player or in a life situation, if you lose at something, you want to come back at it again and beat anything in life. But yeah, James, he very much does need a trophy, but he's going along the path of winning something with Liverpool Football Club the right way, and fingers crossed it does end in May with lovely big ears trophy in our cabinet for number 6. It's getting me excited thinking about that. It was the Reds glued up yet. All we can say is up the Reds. You never walk alone. I really think, this is from Ben, I really think he hadn't clued up yet early on. I'm sure he'll fix the early on next season in terms of draw, and everyone on their mother will want to come over in the summer. I think you're talking about in terms of transfers in that, mate. But everyone, we're going into the squad depth now. Really, we can talk for absolutely long ages, but it's so key. We've seen today against Stoke, and everyone, get your comments in on the concluding story. Everyone, in terms of your squad depth, really, how you as a fan can imagine Liverpool in changing this, really. But Liverpool, you can see today, Danny Ings, no disrespect, but that lad's just come back from two very, very difficult injuries in his career. And I think Danny Ings is going to stay at Liverpool Football Club for a very long time. The quality is there. Jurgen Klopp brought him in for a reason, and that's a reason of him seeing that he's got a future, a very bright future at Liverpool Football Club. Because he's got all the technical abilities, the pressing. He's a classic Jurgen Klopp player, but key injuries and the midfielders at Park, Liverpool have only got 3 fit key central midfielders fit at the minute. Touch wood, everything was sound with Henderson today because he went down and everyone's heart was in their mouths when Henderson went down today. And even with Trent, he was having to play central midfield. Obviously got Milner. Trent is an option. Grujic is out on loan. Chan is injured. Wijnaldum. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is out. But Naby Keita coming in this season, but everyone, is midfield the biggest priority, and should it be Liverpool's key priority coming into the window? Because yeah, we're getting Naby Keita, but you can never have enough good players, because that's what we need to do when Jurgen Klopp and his boys, Michael Edwards, the technical transfer committee and all that, they're hard at work. I'm not surprised, and I won't be surprised if Liverpool have already got deals wrapped up like they have with Naby Keita, and hopefully there's a couple of big names up Liverpool's sleeve, and that's why I love, if we can win this Champions League, if we rock up to any future negotiations like Jurgen Klopp with the European trophy in his hands, that would be absolutely lovely. Because there's what Liverpool doing this season, the rest of Europe and players around Europe are taking notice, and it's about time Liverpool were taking notice in the European game, because there's a lot of eyebrows being raised, especially at Real Madrid. If we get them in the Champions League final, Roma, we surprised them. City, we didn't surprise our fans, but we surprised a lot of doubters of this Liverpool team. And frankly, Liverpool have been doing this for a lot longer this season. And when Liverpool do turn up, as we have done in the Champions League, and touch wood, we do all the way past the final and we win the Champions League, there's not a lot of people surprised by the Liverpool team, and there's a lot of names, everyone, that I want you to leave in. For you, is it midfield, defence, or the attacking line? You can look at that attacking line in terms of, we need at least two more quality, and I mean quality. The quality on the standard of Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino and Mane. So if any of them get taken out or rested with injuries, there's no gaping hole in Liverpool's squad, if you get me. You've got confidence in that player coming in. That's going to be the difference maker in terms of the draws, and obviously going a long way in competitions. Because, as I said earlier on in the episode, Liverpool thrived off winning European trophies, league titles, FA Cups, Carling Cups. We didn't tend to rest players. We brought in players that were the whole squad. The whole squad as a whole were absolute sheer quality. Everyone, so I'm going to read the comments out, but thank you for tuning in, and drop a like on the video if you think Liverpool do need to strengthen in the summer, because I think there is a lot of strengthening that could go on. Today's but 12 draws, that was bad. We need to make the draws into wins like City done this season. That's from LFC Spectre talking about the 12 draws. Very much so, mate. Ben Woodburn should have played in midfield. That's from Michael Freyers. Ben Woodburn, I'm not too sure, mate, if he's injured, but Ben Woodburn is another player. And even if you do bring in players, Klopp isn't a manager in which, if he sees a good player and he sees that a player's got quality, if players do get brought in, the players at the club and the academy, if they're young enough, like Trent, and if they're given everything for Liverpool Football Club, they will get in this Liverpool first team. There's no if, buts or maybes about that. If a player's good enough to come into Liverpool's starting lineup and perform at a consistent level, there's no doubting that they'll get into this Liverpool team. But what we need is, if we're Ben Woodburn, as Michael's just said then, mate, if he gets brought into midfield, if he's playing to a high standard in which he can, then that's fantastic for Liverpool football, for the club in general. We need a new keeper. This was from James Hardy. We need a new keeper next year, and maybe another defender. Then big things will happen up the Deads. James, who's your defender that you would like to bring in for you personally, and anyone, if you would like to see? We need another big Virgil van Dijk signing, don't we, everyone? We need a quality player like that to get brought in. But James, let me know, get in the comment section below. And everyone, if there's a lot of names getting branded around, but for me personally, Koulibaly of obviously Napoli, he's a big presence. He's a big lad. He's an absolute giant of a man. I'd love to see him play, and he's very good at ball playing at Napoli. The way you see the way in which Napoli do like to play their football, it's very much a bit like Liverpool. They play from the back, and Koulibaly's very, very comfortable in possession of the ball. And from an aerial point of view, having those two, getting balls out of the box and getting the ball into the back of the net on set pieces, that's so key. It's another threat into Liverpool. It's what's I saying? Another belt to. I've completely butchered that, but you get what I mean. It helps Liverpool in the long run. If that saying comes back into my head, you probably know what I'm trying to say anyway. But I completely messed it up then. Liverpool need to keep their youngsters, not to send them out on loan. That's from Steve Mehan. Thank you very much, mate. Steve, as you've seen with Harry Wilson, he's a whole ripping up trees in the Championship. Got Ben Woodburn there. Ryan Brewster has come back from a very terrible injury. I think he would have been knocking on Jurgen Klopp's door if he didn't get injured a couple of weeks ago, mate. We've Trent, he's so young, Trent. Gomez, obviously, he was an academy product, but Liverpool signed him from Charlton. But he's another one. You do look at the average age of this Liverpool team, and it's so young. But that was the thing that United did do so well. And Ferguson, I hate to admit it, but that's the thing that Ferguson used to do. He used to develop these teams and used to develop them with youngsters in terms of he'd select them. He'd do Ferguson or Jurgen Klopp, which I hope, and I'm pretty sure Klopp, what he's doing now. Fergie used to select his team and he'd know what his team would be in 5 years' time along the roads. If there was players going to be retiring, he'd know the replacements and he'd know the replacements, if you get me. So that's a thing that I hope Jurgen Klopp can emulate and bring into this Liverpool team. Because there's no doubt in Trent and Gomez and Ryan Brewster, Curtis Jones, a lot of the young lads and Curtis Jones and a load of the young academy players, if they're good enough, they'll get into Liverpool's first team. There's no doubt about that. What about bringing Origi back, James? No, for me, mate. And everyone, let me know your thoughts on Origi. He's not done it at Wolfsburg. When I've seen the odd game of him this season, mate, I'd expect a Liverpool striker, even if he is out on loan, to be getting first team football in a bottom of the table, like mid-table Bundesliga team. He should be playing and he should be banging at least 10 games and 10 goals into the back of the net in the Bundesliga. No disrespect to the Bundesliga, but if Origi's not doing it in the Bundesliga for Wolfsburg, then he's not going to do it for Liverpool. I might be writing him off too early. Hopefully he comes to Liverpool and bangs 20 goals in next season. I'd love nothing more, James, than every single one of his. That would be absolutely lovely, mate. We need more centre-backs. This from Ben, especially for domestic cups. Keita will help. We need more. Lamar, maybe. Squad rotation is key. Ben, absolutely spot on there. And I think it's a lot of what every single one of us has been saying online and in social media and when we've been down the pub speaking to all of our mates about the Reds. It's squad rotation is going to be key next season, and it should be this key this season, but Liverpool are just nearly getting found out in terms of the central midfield. Our forward three have been fit, touch wood, touching a lot of wood here, that they've been fit for the rest of the season. There's not many teams this season that you look at their forward line and they've stayed fit. But they have, and hopefully they've got a couple more weeks in them as well. But I cannot wait. Liverpool are so close to a Champions League final. And squad depth, there's a lot of topics in there. Everyone, if you're watching this live or if you're watching this after, get involved in the comment section below, everyone. But thank you for tuning in. And if you're new around here, get involved, hit the subscribe button, and put your notifications bell on as well so you get notified when the live streams go straight on. And if there's a specific time that is for all yous that you find easier to do live streams, let me know in the comment section below, everyone. But I've loved doing today's show. I really do appreciate every single one of you tuning in. And if you can drop a like on the video, it goes an absolute long way. You absolute legends. I'll quickly rattle off the last couple of your comments, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in. Michael, LFC Spectre, James, Stephen, Ben, on the bench, Dazla. Well, thank you very much, every single one of you, for tuning in. I'm going to be going in a very short while anyway, but thank you, every single one of you. But let's get to your comments. Ben Wilburn should be read that one. Liverpool need to keep. We need 3 nailed on top quality starters for next 3 or 4 squad players in the summer. That's from Michael Fayers. That he absolutely spot on there, mate. It's arguably in the midfield, and we could do with at least two of those forward, as you've just mentioned, then, mate, as being attacking options. Obviously, if Klopp sticks to that 4-3-3 as we all expect him to, two of them at least we could do with another 20 goal a season striker. I know it's so easy to pick a 20 goal a season striker, but if we can get a top quality caliber striker, not saying that we're going to drop Firmino by any stretch, but if you're looking at top teams around Europe, they've got players that they can bring in, and that's what Liverpool need, and it's key that we do. And a winger as well. It's so important that we do get a winger in the next couple of weeks. But we have the best strike force in the world. Oh, hello.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, quickly get to your comments, everyone. That was my dad, by the way, just coming in, dropping off a cup of tea, the absolute legend. But yeah, hey Daz, hey Tom. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, Daz. Daz, we need to get a video sorted or a live stream sorted, mate. We need to get on that. So much to discuss, so much time anyway. But thank you very much, Stephen. But that's going to conclude anyway, everyone. But thank you very much for leaving your comments in, everyone. I really do appreciate every single one of you tuning in and getting involved. The absolute legends. Really do love every single one of you. But have a quality rest of your night, everyone, and yeah, get involved in the comment section below. If you're watching it live or whatever, it's getting uploaded, this video anyway. So you're absolute legends. But thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on another live stream, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a quality rest of your weekends, and hopefully Chelsea can drop some points over the weekend. That would be absolutely lovely. But yeah, see you later, everyone, and you'll never walk alone. Chill out, everyone.